ye be ye juma because Ghana had ye I am rano and ye juma and mra kwa de mama nye juma ma ye na emran tam ma ye ne be da me se asema me te ho me ha me tete and sika sam so aye den uyonku be hwe wani mu anu otwa sika ma se bum o fa bi wa me so me tu me yesen parent me kwa na me bo me bra da me kwa na me bo me bra da we de mu aye wate mu aye pa me da se obo de nshira.
Yeah, hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Apomoko.
Adomo.
But we are controlling.
Hey, rent control. There be when you rent control. Yeah, papa, the number person goes to see how.
Oh, to Basia, young number, not me, how do you call it? Social media. I may follow when I may present me inquiry. And they say, make your property rate. Am I buying? Make your water bill. Am I buying? Make your electricity bill. Am I buying? Not me, I got some from the plot. See me there. Me there high. No, this a misago chia buying car one.
In Chimuni say, water bill now would piano. So I buy my scan. I buy my shoe.
Abama means you are they my breast line on. Go for the sense, you know.
Okay.
And I tell you, I'm not going to be a breast in it down. I bring a bra boom. I put in a man and ice block. My brush for the concrete. What's the water bill? Uchia, electricity bill. Uchia, a property rate. Move the back Uchia. Now, I didn't die. Oh, part of the high and so on. Habanso, as well as I Abanso Jip, I get your one more chair and Kana.
Now, say, your friend is in business now. You're now, we have business. That's always sit down with my high for commercial.
Yeah, come on, first April. And I won't be a prison here. The whole Ghana back with me.
Yes, I won't. Yes,
yeah. Because me chia property bill on the back because the must come up. It's look for 3-4 years. I want the back in someone. You're not man. You call to open property rate. Property rate is okay. I buy there and no credit. Just what you have by the simple in a home. It makes your water bill 20 million a month. Oh, if you
that's a water bill 20 million now, China. Sure, we soon now check.
I enjoy this room. And maybe I may talk about it, but you push on about me share concrete. This see me down. Yeah, when I say you already push on about Ghana the so we are bringing more room. Abre. When the brand is public, German. But you will be 70 percent. But what's it dying, German?
By sit down.
What's it dying?
Aye.
What's in the way?
I know who here may sit down.
And they Ghana the farm. Because you tell some now, sometimes some way big because money need to come on the property with Mutia. I buy and buy my drum with then on my rent, you know. On Sunday, I know a promo.
Now, only say your rent actor.
Some of our German
Rent law.
German rent law or more. I don't want to say me some of the rent me there and I should be to me them one. The time I saw
a business now, you know, so I was so to your revenue.
You got toss a man, the chance goes on it. I mean, I know revenue.
What am I saying? That's right.
Instructed that look, those who qualify and pass medicals, let's keep the data. This is the first phase. We are hoping that maybe later in the because remember this current recruitment that we are doing is a 2025 recruitment. Hopefully when we are out of the IMF, we could do the 2026. So we'll pick from that same data. Hopefully, if maybe it's past 6 months, then you can only ask the economy can only bring in 2,500 more police officers. 2,500. I mean, other ranks, and then 500 cadets. So when you put that, that's just about 3,000. Meanwhile, we have 130,000 that are opting to join the police. With the Ghana Immigration Service, by the time we close the portal, to our utmost shock, there were more applicants to the Ghana Immigration Service than even the Ghana police. The total of over 180,000 young men wanted to join the Ghana Immigration Service. But the interesting thing is that today, the Ghana Immigration Service, the strength from the Comptroller General to the last officer at immigration stands as 18,300, less than 20,000. Yet you have 180,000 opting to join. And unfortunately, because of the space, the fiscal space, we could only have a space for 1,000. We could have space for only 1,000. When you come to Ghana Fire Service, by the time the portal closed, there were 124,000 applicants. 124,000 applicants for Ghana National Fire Service. Meanwhile, the current National Fire Service, from the chief fire officer to the last officer, they are just about 17,000 plus. Yet you have 124,000 wanting to join the Ghana National Fire Service. The Ghana Prison Service, when the portal closed, there were 71,000 applicants. The Ghana Prison Service, as we speak today, their strength is just a little over 14,000. So just suppose their strength now, as against the number who wants to come. In the case of the Ghana Prison Service, the space could only accommodate 500. So the total space we have to be able to recruit in this first phase, and my emphasis, first phase of the recruitment process, is only 5,000. And yet you have over 500,000 Ghanaians who want to join. So I ask everybody, well, we have body selection, we have documentation. When we finished, I mean, usually these ones, because it's about document and body selection, not too many people who, I mean, by the time we finished, those who got disqualified through documentation and other things, they were less than, what do you call it, they were less than 30,000. So it left you over 400,000 who were now ready to go through aptitude tests and then medical exams. Instructed that, look, those who qualify and pass medicals, let's keep the data. This is the first phase. We are hoping that maybe later in the, because remember this current recruitment that we are doing is a 2025 recruitment. Hopefully when we are out of the IML, we could do the 2026. So we'll pick from that same data. Hopefully, if maybe it's past 6 months, then you can only ask them to repeat medicals, but not to start opening the process all over again.
It's 6 after 3 p.m. live here. I was on SOMPA 106.5 FM for God and Country. Your friend Kobla ABOTCHIE, aka PROF. On behalf of the team this afternoon, we are set for another jolly ride home. It's a big afternoon indeed, representing Thursday. Today is what date at all? Let me see. Today is the 12th day in the month of March 2026. Beautiful day God has given to you and then me over here. So we are set to have a conversation this afternoon that would impact on our lives. You take a listen, tell a friend to tell a friend, say, for God and Country, it's on right up now. I was SOMPA 106.5 FM. Live here. And then what are the issues at stake? The issue at stake, say wuti tips na me bobo ya ansana ye ba be bo your signature tune na the recruitment into the security services. What has gone amiss? On my opinion, any dom dudu I work Ghana mrashe bedwam e dia to just sabri aban no ebetimi afa only 5,000 recruits into our security services, namely the military, the Ghana Police Service, the Fire Service, the Immigration Service, and the others. But you should know the number of people who have applied for this particular position. Almost 500,000 of youths in Ghana, minimukasei, eduamunkrata akose, wamopese, wamoba, na serve the country in our security services. But we are told, say, the budget for 2026 only makes room for 5,000 of those recruits. 1 year kadam, one more a hifa no mobeko. But what has the Interior Ministry been saying. Yetie Aye Muntaka Mubarak, Honorable Wakasa, and he's made the point known to us 5,000 per annum with me a fantasy CA. Ebrebeng na the aka wechireno wamo ebefa. What did the NDC manifesto say about recruitment into the services? Wabra na omo PROF 2024 yebeto abama omo na omo abedi omo emuni nyina so. What did they say? Enkomo we nyina ebeto dwane wi ewo SOMPA 106.5 FM for God and country. The minority in parliament likewise through Reverend Intim Fojo wonso akasa enkomo be na odi tuja. Sankobo we nyina so no enya de a yerebe kame yenetifo. But let's quickly take a listen to Reverend Intim Fojo. In the press conference let's take a listen to them.
The structure of this recruitment exercise is akin to a Ponzi scheme, criminally crafted to defraud over 500,000, 500,000 unemployed innocent Ghanaian youth. Having widely made recruitment into the security services a major NDC campaign promise in 2024, over 506,000 Ghanaian youth responded to the government's call in 2025 and applied to join various security services under the Ministry of Interior, namely Ghana Police Service, Ghana Immigration Service, Ghana National Fire Service, and the Ghana Prison Service. These young men and women, full of hope and patriotism, were made to believe that they were being offered genuine opportunity to serve their country and secure a dignified livelihood. However, the Minister for Interior in a press conference yesterday at this same venue, to the utter shock of the nation, indicated that only 5,000 applicants will be recruited from this enormous pool of applicants. This revelation has left hundreds of thousands of hopeful applicants devastated, disillusioned, and feeling exploited. The fundamental question that must be asked is this: if the government intended to recruit only 5,000 personnel, as the Minister for Interior disclosed yesterday, why should the government go ahead to overpromise and lure over 506,000 unsuspecting young people to go through this costly and emotionally exhausting process? It is most unconscionable. Even more misleading and exploitative is the decision by this government's politically motivated decision to increase recruitment age limits from 25 to 35 years. So as they were expanding the age limit from 25 in the previous state of school to 35, the signal to the whole Ghana is that now there's more space. So even additional 10-year-older people can apply. This policy shift trapped even more unemployed youth to apply. This government significantly expanded the applicant pool and heightened expectations among thousands of desperate but qualified young people seeking employment. Such a decision, ladies and gentlemen, was reckless, misguided, and intended to create the false impression of sufficient financial clearance to accommodate more applicants. We reiterate the cogent calls earlier made by the minority leader of the Minority Caucus, Honorable Osahin Alexander Kwamina Afenyomakin, and further call for the following urgent actions. Number one, and first, there must be an independent bipartisan probe into the entire centralized recruitment process for immediate and appropriate review before we continue. And number two, very, very importantly, responding to the plight of the 500,000 potential recruits who have been scammed, we demand the government must refund the application fees of 220 cedis per application form to all applicants who were disqualified through knocked out technology constraints, who were disqualified not because they did not qualify, but because of the problematic nature of their aptitude tests by the questionable recruitment process. They must all be restored to every amount they lost. And here, to put it in perspective, Most of the applicants will tell you that they bought 2, 3.
All right, Ebushafo, Mami kwa mano so na mendi nkomombra sesia. Yenya Reverend Intin for your ahumano so former Deputy Education Minister and again Member of Parliament for Asin South. Honorable, Adarumawi Yemakwa Baba for God and Country, so I was SOMPA 106.5 FM in Accra. And Pacho, what to say? Oh, yeah, who ye pa. But the area near Tewon Kase na wo kasa na ewon kase muno who describe a year the recruitment into the security services as a Ponzi scheme. Unjindi say, sa Ponzi scheme now with the two sono and and in the first place, why did you describe it as a Ponzi scheme?
Minia, in fact, Tianam de Mount, na that's a DIO. A buying Ponzi scheme and this scam, recruitment scam, didn't see that. Now, or they have bought Limianumi a pool. Now, about the 5,000. Now, all the car cassette, what around over promise to NDC super soldiers. NDC super soldiers are all one region grant, even one constituency grant, about 5,000. Smoke a promise to win answer on the farm. Movie and almost found the cassette. Age limiter can I know that 25 more pajama 35. Yeah, one said the movie at the assembly. You also have to 25 grams. You don't have enough space to employ them. And you can pay the 35 feet. A baby beji in some. Only there be Sarah in not one more penny padu draw about the 220 cities out of form. Normal to me, and you could put away from chain. Now, insensitively, no. Sir. The Omoya no manco funya agreeing this ABN for any financial clients we bring to be also ecotobi. The Okoto in the canning in our boom or 500,000 people. Kotobi Omoki can scan a boano. Neither than over 113 million. 113 million is the car buying Akako free unemployed youth. And one more pay Juma. I know also when you're bad, I have free Mubutum. Or treat Rombutum Ria, or say that they are failure needs me space, Mamma, and Fanco. Lemon have 506,000, they move 5,000 pet, and you have found. And you know, 501,000 people now come. 5,000 pet and a offer. Now, what is the Nipa Maku 500,000? Now we go for aptitude test that. Was it when I say AI, internet based? Meanwhile, internet based, you know. One provided cafe and the internet facility beer and no say 1 hour water how the exams now. And Kofa how be a man. That are brought you on. Where the what the link in a man now to be a yes. Chromoha or Memhanso. How many places and habits many uninterrupted internet? If you want more Ministry of Communication or internet, it's also the 24/7. There will be hitches. And you know, Nipan could be a pet or and hundreds of thousands of people. This is the experience. Well, 5 minutes later, no, not your close system. No, a few days later, near my message say I disqualify. And that's number one. When we internet, no, we did not kill more than half. We did not kill them out. And you know, I almost said that, but we didn't want to be a man telling about where you pull. Now, I'm more when you're prepared. And this is for the bread. One got toys, 2 soldiers, and no one political promise. You won't pass Yaba protocol, or won't go Swagumu, put Jia, Sika, big crack of 4 forms, be top police, immigration, fire, no top prison. So, and send the pair book over 800 and something, even 9,900 something. Nipo told me and Sakra book up 660. And so, Nakwani equal body selection. We be a Skako Kutia in the cafe. It is called Oma Pocapa as a million people, Oma Bomo, as a million people, Oma Bomo, as Cam Womona. That bridge a minister and a cassette, 103 Womona. That bridge a minister and a cassette, 130,000 are qualified to medicals and so. When Chiakra, 1,060, we will Chiakra medicals. That's only guarantee the answer of the pastor. And by history, you know. With the Nipa 100 equal medicals are a mobile fund and it may pass another 60%, another 60%. It is not about 130,000. They move. It is not about 130,000. They move 50,000 today. 50,000 today. What will crack up benzo? What was space only 5,000? You see, what will crack up benzo? What was space only 5,000? You see, 5,000 at the cannon. And here are the Omoko. You could be some when you hear the batches. That's a mania. I see the funny for 5,000. That's over 70,000 backlog. And it's about 12 years ago. Now go to our offer. Nippon is our fun on. One left age now 35. Because they are 35 years at 10 years time, only 45. What can I buy an artist? And they are Ponzi scheme, a scam. And to one return will be a scam man. Near pro recruitment system, no ye. Yes, send ye. The reality at once. Madam, I agree.
Maybe I told you, so what can say a Ponzi scheme, dear? And now, oh, if I told him so, I'm hang here. But I had series of questions for him. But unfortunately, I think he's made a statement, of course, on this particular show on the issue. But he has made his point. But that's it. I don't know. Patrick is here. Patrick, good afternoon.
Prof, Major, so
now I'm to say,
Namia Dumboko,
Baby Aboko there. Good. But I'm saying on this recruitment staff now, you can watch some. Why you movie? If you remember, why you with you?
Prof, you remember telephone ya phone na akwa baba SOMPA 106.5 FM 2026 e ba ye ho asem na ye di na ye best start here for ni say honorable Mintim Fojo ameki comment but say you 2025 recruitment na send your data trend over 500,000 applicants. 500,000, over 500,000 applicants. Now, over your existing service personnel strength, you know, see a son you here. So total security personnel as a see is less than 100,000. Now, so Oko Ghana Police Service. Ghana Police Service is having about 49,000 plus. Oko Ghana Immigration Service 18,000. Oko Ghana Fire Service 17,000. Oko Ghana Port and 14,000. And Anako and see 3,000. And the data host here now her application forms and the voucher almost 2025 forms bia bia ba 220 Ghana cedis. And the total applicant you receive 405 not just say alleged revenue as it say I can want some here 89.1 but honorable in team for your contest say there be the 89.1 million Ghana cedis is more than that. It's about 100 million Ghana because say no di kan no o medicals no krana anya kra be tue bibi wo into no nka form ne so wa into the no be kan ho krana 89.1 no lesser because ono can be say it's around 100 million Ghana cedis. Now over sane omoton forms na omo ye no kwan bebre so be tumi asu mobile money GCB bank any online portal na eno ho asem ho anti mobile money there no o dial star 31713 star 0.
I think we've gone past this stages. We've gone past the stage. Sure.
Now you heard the total applicants in statistics breakdown.
All right.
So all total application they receive 409 405,000 no. Emu 75,000 are representing 18.5 were university graduates.
Good.
Tertiary university graduate. And the almost 330,000 representing 81.5 were WASI leavers.
That's fine.
Last year, now, the recruitment process, about 6 stages. The first one is Oberto voucher. No online application. Now, why a documentation and body, and only say you better check it on your BC or a work stadium. All
right.
Now, after why online aptitude test, and now Reverend in team for your air can online aptitude test. na afi why a medical screening we a medical screening we are na afi o final enlistment number enti ye hwe data here was ya voucher normal turn between 17th to 17th November to December 3rd 19th and na online application also started through where so a receiving of 405,000 applicant submission and almost shortlisted. So after shortlisting, no aptitude test, name, medicals, no. Now see a medicals almost qualify 105,000, 105,000, but 105,000 competing for 5,000 position.
So that is the final enlistment.
That is the final enlistment.
I know no equipment no me first one the final enlistment.
And the final enlistment and then say see ano why medicals no the medicals what could do medicals and not just say what qualify in a way. And the final one no and they from medicals no yeah be one no and they from medicals no yeah be employer and I say yeah be fall into the security system.
Okay.
But see ano 105,000 no more position CSC form near 5,000.
I know you're 5,000 pay. That's good.
More than near CCN. And more qualified for medicals, which is 105,000. Competing for 5,000.
Okay, so the medical screening, 105,000. And a position available. Position available, no, 5,000. So it means that by some 95,000.
That's right.
A backlog, kitchen.
That's right.
And Nona, I am the Minister for Interior, Honorable Muntaka Mohammed Ekase. And Kabeya said data, no, they should keep it.
That's
so
right.
When the next window is open for recruitment,
right.
then they'll just tap into that data.
That's
all right. So go ahead.
Right. And it's always 105,000, 5,000, yeah. A whole year. Over in ratio terms, and not just we are looking at 21.1. 21:1. Not as a nipa 21 biano competing for that one position now a wohon. Enti eno ho asem na say agency by agency analysis now. Say current police Ghana Police Service.
Yeah.
We have about 49,000 plus personnel. Among major roles ni be general duties, professionals and specialties. Now, Oko Ghana Immigration Service in Swan.
Yeah.
We have the current personnel as 18,000. Almost border control, investigations and administration. And now Oko Ghana National Fire Service in Swan. Current personnel no 17,000. Almost a free fire personnel. Technical expert.
I know the message. You just mentioned a year. Say be a police service 49,000. Ghana National Fire Service
18,000.
Okay, I know
17,000.
17,000.
And Ghana Immigration Service.
I know 18,000.
And Ghana Prison Service.
And it's 14,000. Okay.
And that's the current personnel. Agency by agency strength, and no. Now Ghana Armed Forces and so dear now Ghana Forces then so I know you're separate from the recruitment announcement from the winner sure of course and to say any key findings any challenges any policy implication say the current issue say there's a massive demand versus capacity gap. Massive demand. There's a massive demand because we have about 405,000 applied. Only 5,000 slots available. That's we are looking at 81:1 ratio. As a Siakrano, 105,000 now almost qualifying. They are facing 21:1 competition for one position. And now yes, our digital transformation. And we the CSERP portal marks the shift from the fully digital centralized recruitment, and also wasem. Now say ya the nina boom not just say Ghana Police Service 49,000, which is a larger agency, and Ghana Immigration Service 18,000, Ghana National Fire Service 17,000, Ghana Police Service 14,000. Narcotics Control Commission 3,000. It is also recruitment here not just say demand employment no ewo form but nipa na ewo hon edoso e chania eyen. And now Reverend Intim for Joy can say there have to be more creation of juma or mem, not just a Odikan, because it's Yano. I say Nipana doors chain, a Numa a work cream. And the prof, some medicine, na recruitment service na, in 2025, 2026, as it's an intim for your reverend intim for your, can say, Sikani be wa, so I'm refunding my almost tall form. Na eno ho asem kakra na ye di
I don't know kind of say me ne nya adwen because why say I was here refund this guy. Well ye nyina listen ye nyina ye to forms eco schools ye nyina ye to forms eco pagema what be that say what to form eco soldier na yamfa wa na e was all refund this guy.
Ono no kire mu say munim say 5,000 positions na wo ho there you could have limited the number of applicants no.
Wait. How do you limit the number of applications? Say who advertise it for say how do you limit the applications?
One say no can be say initially the age limit was 25.
But
omo page mo ko 35. Enti not say obi a wonya 25 to say SHS liver within that range you know. Obi a wonya 25 no ho but ye will be so ho a emre bi atwam na nka wo apply because no
still that doesn't wait that doesn't invalidate the fact say who draw application akwa pay dwuma na dwuma no wenya the organization who apply to no must refund the money to you. No.
It was an argument.
I had wanted to, pin him on that discussion, but he left off.
Yeah.
Yes, because I know I would say that it's a mere political talk.
That's a political guy.
So what if his government was in power? And a year portano and a man for apply and a mufabi no mujabia. One more young form or Bacasa Sancrophone, you refund this kind of more.
I asked him some.
No, it's about time the politicians are taking us for a ride. They know the politicians are taking us for a ride. Ya dream with the whole Ghana for ya dream with the whole. When they are talking, they should talk on facts.
That's right.
But they shouldn't come and say, "Oh, maybe nobody had that team before." You don't do that. You don't do that. So why buy our power? And at this situation, a buyer, how would you have handled it? I'm asking you, how would you have handled it? Politicians, we are tired of you people. The games that you play with us. Omo ya dream diagro, omo we so MPP NDC. Omo kotra omo bofufu, omo bobi eguso. Why?
Not memufo bre.
Not memufo ya eti hono. No ma fa crocro the John. Omo kire client. Omo kire client. Why?
Omo kire client.
Omo that's it dey see the omo kire client. Kika iti boom sa. This MPP thing and NDC thing must stop in this country. We are tired of them. More NDC for munim say muba power. Their budgetary constraints, their financial constraints, the fiscal space we are talking about. Munim says has fiscal space. And you promise your people in your manifesto that when you come, 12,000, you recruit 12,000 people into the security services. Why?
Now 5,000 crown.
They should give us a break. The politicians should give us a break. I think Benjamin Etise.
Prof.
Yeah.
Me ho ye na nso e.
Tuntum say you.
Enwumre de wa hit.
There be no say nsem ne bi wo wa wote a ho. Wote se din na wo analyze a. Okay, why?
Odi kan nsem ne bebire wo no ma me ye politician ba bi wo ho a me no ya adwen. Ba bi wo nso a me no nya adwen.
And they say esa.
Nti esa ba bi wo out me ha wani dodo. See ha wani ya je se obi hwe wa esa sem na wo ka no. Ehu ama asem si nche danyu da fambo ko
yeah but and you may go back now so asre there if I come
Honorable Benjamin you be ban so na yanka etiefo ni ahwefo nyina say for God and country a team ya ye ka ho asem yi recruitment service abe deja o mai mu a ye ka ho asem a ye di hu adentwetwe yen ka ho sa adwumakuo bi na so yasen enyomo ankente ha enyomo anka Benjamin ente ha enyomo anka boti ye ente ne voice enti yen ka ho sa amanya ye ka ne sen nyamanyoko jumayoko won sa mayoko ajiwa Benjamin amoyoko ajiwa gimusa ze akra ka hwekra amoyoko ade mpacho ye jumayoko ajumayoko na no mo aso ya sin bi 21st clinic say ya ka 21st clinic womo no mo ya sciatica originator omo ya sciatica presetters omo ya sciatica commandant omo ya sciatica researchers sa sciatica sa nerves na nam usisi echi woko fa untumpom fa o ties won ebesi wo nas no sciatica 21st clinic na apabnim omo no mu dimu tintiman pa sa yare we obian ho betimi asa age 21st clinic se si ani je sem kra ne se 21st clinic ye biem baby abefa bia 21st hey wokwa kra 21st tema 21st kaswa 21st teshima ni sunyane ne ho kranza ho nyina 21st clinic adenti na wo mmowura ho na wo yare sciatica yare no wo mon sama akra ha Tantra Hill runabout ye ginam so do Tantra Hill runabout wo pagya wani a signboard kese pes wo goyi o hweso abe director now do akọ ukotema behind Roman Catholic Church no eno so ho Kaswa New Market Obom Road so uko Kumasi so anhwa overseas sa building na SOMPA FM home no Kumasi SOMPA ehwa na omwo sunyane nso opposite regional hospital first gate Techiman OGN Bank building no uko hwa bekum Nkransa near Children's Park uko takwanso opposite Roman stores ana takra de efie kuma number 1 taxi station Blekum Dwaso ene obuase ho nyina yaje hwafa 21st clinic kono mo sa sciatica ne ma na de wo munie ne edenie fa number we me bebo number no fa pen natural to ho me ma 30 seconds fa pen ene paper natural to ho from yare bia how bia ne mum say sciatica pa dia fa ko ho fa pen no 0540 311 311 0540 311 from nane doctor nkasa na ko no mo sa sciatica ne ma na prof asem de bi aba
asem odene
ne ya asem e de pa na aba how enko be pon so nkofa buro emfa megu nsuom embre ho se si obi se wa ya adwuma ni nyina ama
adwuma benya just break one asem na kan she hot kinky
just aye ni nyina ama after now be fitie bro wo de moremo be fra wo be ko pe bura haban just aye ni nyina
wa ge ni nyina ma
no ye ni nyina wie ye no e no se kenki ba ko bia me de age 3 series be fa
bo no
ai
se kutu se bam
kese bi pa
aba
wo se be fa ko betu ko ton na emom caveat wo ho
caveat na se
5
enfanje 5 CDs ye nua na mo ma
ai enfanje
dokuno ton fo da say the crowd here ye remember bi cross obuso mo ton doko ti mo amu tuton no ye be sere mo e bi tu menya no ntia se bi kra tu e de koji 7 CDs e bo because bo no so ye and we are crank dini kakraka
ya ye pay yellow con
aya ye pay yellow con me see no e be boy pa
con the boss na
sure
road ne Benjamin kodomi GCB bank na chi hwa
domi commercial bank
o
se den
GCB bank GCB chi hwa o sa the bank ka hwa na ya no mo save ni bi
o da be tell
you prof unyo Etu kodomi behind commercial bank na omo wo ho
okay
3 cities ko tu bi na koton
na
ma me fa number yi ma
number
e bia no wa yera wa hu
DCB e for mo die di you patrol
ko we na sa twere we 0256 068 832 me sambo su biem 0256 068 832 Fred Jos Kinke nako tu dokunu ni bi nako ton
yeah besa ba on chain SOMPA 106.5 FM Forgotten Country City. Maybe you know when the time is due 5 o'clock we announce the line number be phrase so 0260 1960 640 260 196065 and then number ABA lines no tuma also beje brena wo de wadwen kire abebo adwumadi no but minimum ka say Benjamin Asari edikan atnased da sasana. We are looking forward to having in studio aye biankasa me papa made nyina Akwesi Adai Odike is going to be joining us right here. And Yeni Ruth Sedo, one a deputy NDC youth organizer, also Yeni Bedinko, now the CEO of the National Service Secretariat, or Babakansa Ewahamanaswa, Yeni Bedinko. But once again, good afternoon to you, Minia Benjamin Asari and Aqua Babu. But what do Mike? But what do Mike? Okay, sir. All right. So, be able to here.
About there.
Yeah, me watch it. The birthday man. Ope birthday wish you.
And say, microphone the doso.
Microphone doso.
Ukubo bi no amobi pe. They say they na bones na omo ankasa send the mouth.
Say your birthday.
Commander, your birthday wish you.
Hey.
I mean so when it ya me ko election. It is oko wish you obi no an wish you obi a. And no your problem. Ndi eja. For almost so me mu kakra wo constituency mintimi nye match.
Okay, so mama na kwa amado so na me ndin komo we mbra sisi a very sorry for that. Yenya aye Rutsedo or no aye deputy NDC youth organizer na yenu ne bedin komo and of course happens to be the CEO of the National Service Secretariat. Many about Rutsedo ya ma kwa baba Forgotten Country so na wie na what to say.
That's many of them. I am Kupanda Roma. Yeah, Pimso.
Mo Pimso said there, I said there, or Konomo ding power with this recruitment service issue.
Exactly.
Mumbebuno no pemo bumo, entesa.
Yes, the moon.
Ruth, Maraku, Vagatoria. Vagatoria. I told you, come.
So that
Cho, anya ba do to view manya.
Oh wow, dabala.
Dabala. Ya kwebala, ya kweba. Okay, ya kwe. Ekoje ja abochi si, adasa abochi ko. Eje. Okay. But Ruth, I was just listening to Reverend Intim Fodder. In fact, we had a conversation with him right now. Now, as someone walk Canada said, I said, "Dear, what by na yeno?" I said, "Mwas kame a ye Ghana for addition to a womope akwenyan ababe serve what the security services mo." Answer nebe kwa ya some potting no so no. Ye bisa say asem we anu ye ben na ode ma Reverend Team for you.
Eddie kind medentia edema we tie phone na. Any one so who can think I want your age.
Sure.
Na the National Youth Organizer, who also happens to be my sector minister for Youth Empowerment and Development, Honorable George Pariado. Afraid me 2 deputies. I am a colleague Osman Ayariga and my calling office. Say I am the solution to this crisis. And now we have to do a lot of brainstorming. And then, she knew say, Beko Akoshia Honorable Muntaka Mohammed. Na, yen see na Lonangsa Numasam. Na, yen see issues in the airport, so no yen see so that we can position ourselves from the political perspective. Na, yen the way forward and solutions that we can prefer to this issue. And to media, they make me say, especially the teaming NDC user, hard working, committed, and dedicated NDC user, all the way since 2016, I have opposition. The basic 2024, December 7th, I couldn't be able. I couldn't be able, Metro Munina, so Bianca na command to name. Into 2 cranning a day. yɛgyina nkran ne mu ntutu nkran ne saa so na yɛte wontumi yi wo yɛ mu nso no na wonkɔfa asawa nyɛ den ɛmma mbɛhyɛ mu nti mɛsrɛ obi biara sɛ yɛn nyinaa yɛnya abotrɛ na ɔmo nya gyidie ɛwɔ leadership mu sɛ saa crisis yi yɛ ade a it has come to the attention of the president, it has come to the attention of the hierarchy of the party, it has come to your attention as the youth wing our national leadership no yɛn nyinaa about to your attention, and we are going to ensure say we work with stakeholders to mitigate our problem here abi now yes finding lasting solutions to these problems. Of course obi beka say ade na ye can for NDCU the FTN say NDCU to see Ghana for the part what man say you know say e ko ba ni say ya party form mebu no so e kan mo and you mo kwa na kan mo but your party form mebu no so and also come and you know it's the onus lies on us as the youth leadership say find ya the first one you be finding solutions to this problem so that we can at least find a way find it solve our problem. We need to do that. And to mess say whatever the situation is now, we'll definitely find a solution to this problem.
All right, so we'll definitely find a solution to the problem. I think I listened to the Interior Minister, Honorable Muntaka Mohammed, and he says, how we are bano. The budget only made a space fiscally, the fiscal space for 5,000 recruits are on Betimiafa. And then going forward, when there's an opportunity, on Betimi as a Febi. But I believe, sir, one Casano Namunim, say Ghana Hanumuno. Ye bani ye sika semwa ayana nwa kwa atwe kakra and someone mu kachira mu bebunu wabra na mu ba PROF mu ba security services recruitment mu be form over 12,000. You said it. Now sisi akwa bani say ye and you are talking about only NDC.
What would say
Ghana ni bia so mata
Ninji ni say ye can say ye be for 12,000 at a go. At one.
Okay.
At one time.
All right.
I don't think that was what we said. So you can't say about 12,000. It could be say maybe 5,000, 5,000, 2,000. I mean, it happens.
All right.
It's in America say ye kwa kushia Honorable Muntaka. Ye sure no pay. Ye be share finance minister. So we want to understand exactly what the issues are. Not young professor solutions. I mean, what did you say? We have their ears and their attention. Almost the implication, and won't you know they will listen to us. And so, no, they say 12,000. I would want everybody to calm down and say the president doesn't lie and he sticks to his words. And I know it's what kind of yes, son.
So, how do you respond to the minority in parliament? I want more ekase through Reverend Tim Fojo Amukase. Sir, you share a recruitment when you know about the Danny Ponzi scheme, a scam be. How do you react to that?
Oh, and then one wants to be a bekasa. Oh, say opportunities the better you're fighting, even the political space. Yeah, wouldn't be public to a election. Yeah, you know, you're too young, but saying you'll be an appointment.
Sure.
The part what must say. And so the sanity opportunities you fight for them, very few people living here. It cannot be described as such. No, it cannot be. It's just that I want to strongly believe the same in one stage at a time, and that is why I want to personally speak to Honorable Muntaka. The president that we all serve under, I know that he will not condone such things, and there's no way he will allow any of his appointees to take advantage of the Ghanaian people, because he has made it very clear and abundantly clear that in all the affairs of whatever he does, it is his priority, the people of Ghana. And so there's no way I don't think so, and I don't subscribe to such affection.
But would you ascribe to that section that 1 year ain't the opportunity, What music on the top forms, as rightly said by Reverend Tim Fojo said, those money should be refunded to back to the applicants. Would you agree to that terms?
I completely agree.
You
completely agree because otherwise, I just say, you kind of say, stage by stage. We are of the opinion that the first batch in towards the middle of the year, towards the end of the year, new recruitment. You may never know. Those opportunities will fall on. And so if that is the situation, then fine. But I think that to me, at least. Another thing we can also think about because the process is medical, all the processes that you go through, so let's also look at that from that point of view. But at the end of the day, if it is that it was not used for anything, now basically just and because it's used for anything, I'm talking about administrative costs and all those things. So first I would want to plead and associate myself with that position. Because at the end of the day, the Ghanaian youth, we must prevail. We must prevail. I was here to me, homie. Yes, it's not also, we must also not forget about the fact that
Sure.
But in this particular situation, when the applicants far outweigh if there can be a political decision around that, I don't think that it will be a bad one.
But you don't think,
it must also not be at the disadvantage of the administrative processes that we're putting in place.
And you think that would not be a bad precedent?
Well, that is one restrictive aspect of it, and must also look at it from the policy. As a sitting deputy national youth organizer, I would think that let's weigh both and see what will be the best position I able to take it. And that is why I still maintain that until Honorable Muntaka, the side of the story and the possibilities and what we can do together, I cannot take such a strict or stringent position. But let's weigh both sides and see what will be good. First and foremost, for the Ghanaian youth now, and I think that should be our priority. And then the second priority should be the administrative processes. If it will not in any way inure negatively to the administrative processes, I think that is something that can be considered.
Ruth Sado, you better was it, but the Ebimo Cassa, Titu, a Dom Kumana, what Ghana Marshall, you more Cassa. I just had your way, I was say Ghana Marshall Jano, a year in Shishimu. What do you know my adrian? I saw only on my drink.
Oh, who can say Shishimu, a dear Naba, I think a scandal is here now. Then Naba, the Abba say, and Kofako apply. Of course, legitimately so. And yes, a young phobia, a bit of baby, so any opportunity. And I don't think that is cast in stone, because we're any opportunity and then it won't mean your opportunity. So, who can say if you should want? I have to say, be a body be I don't think that the minister engaged in any crime. I don't think there's any crime whatsoever. It's just a process. So,
me patrol, dear Dom Kumane Kase, a Ponzi scheme. What I say, when your Ponzi scheme is just a process.
It's exaggerated. It is just to suit. You will say, I'm very desperate, looking for opportunity to say, I buy Yankupuanda President Mahama, she say, or they are two in place, and the constant monitoring. Politicians now constantly there will be an eye for our monitoring, ensuring that we are doing the right things at every time. So the processes he has put in place, I did the fear of God. I say, appointees, to a large extent, we are not engaging in any bad things and now the practices and now corruption and now anyhow you want to put it and I had hoping saying by now no much scandal be here and there, and because they are not getting, they are latching on to straws. But I think that this doesn't warrant such a statement. They are just hoping that they can take advantage of the situation, just like they did with everything, cocoa, no?
Yeah.
And which they didn't work in any case because they know what they're about and they know what it is. So they are just hoping that this is another opportunity to make it look like the government is shortchanging the people of Ghana, which is not. If there's anybody who is shortchanged, definitely it was the MPP government that they Kufuor and Bawumia. The Omodi Ghana for haircut, also pensioners, Sika Omoje, men's board promises or money promises or moment to Yang for who any idea. They just sat there aloof and unconcerned. CSC, Obi, get any policy scheme. Definitely, it should be the MPP under Kufuor and Bawumia and not NEC.
All right, Ruth Sedo, you better was say pass one hokama in a wedding. Come on, God bless you. Okay, Manya future of a cobonata per Vienna. Mabona Gigasia.
Let's see, you
Mauna Yira. I wish I forward to say many Ruth Sedo, Edin Como, Deputy NDC, National Youth Organizer. And I'll say, you need Dinko. When you go to the National Service Secretariat, we know NIO opinion power. What that woman know. Now, Benjamin, Ben, actually, I'm crying. I say, I don't know what home is.
Prof, and 70 be or no more.
Yes.
One show who's Swayana 7. We can't send be in Newcastle.
Sir,
Papa.
and think come on, me this is and I show before.
And share my before, sir.
Now, I yelled then.
But me different thoughts. I want seminar or no a catcher.
Who are I dream for?
Sir,
okay, I dream for Ben. I'll mind you.
All right, my mention was Ronco. I mention what tea for no washer for or more ajebrena or more shay. Abra Omoaji Akunya no mutie, the only PROF in Ghana, as they say.
Yeah.
Station pa, airways, a month for tea pa. SOMPA radio TV ade amanfo tie panti chia wo mo
Sure.
na ya bomo abaso na adwuma pa oni okliru ni nyina no nyame nhira mo abochi enye first time wa ye fa Ghana for security service
Sure.
ya ye ne sa every year bi ye ni ama we na akwa ye dede bebre no promises a yenuanom NDC Ira John Dramani Mahama di anim the promise Ghana for say when it comes to the security service idea recruitment ebekoso na omo de enya dia recruitment no party no omo beton to the extent ya kan kosi so say na do danko Kufuor administration no ope police kura na ye ton ope immigration ye ton ope soldier ye ton nti omo no de omo be make sure say Ghana ni bia or se fata bia no wo pepa no so person or go into the police service, the army and the immigration and other security services no ade a omo be nya kwanya no omo akọ na kasem we nya asem a sse ye politics because going forward no and I say abra ya twam nyina no security service no that is the norm. Ye fa nipa ni bebre ni afa kitu bi.
So you now agree with my position no? Earlier position now, men American, who catch them some Makuma cost from Makuma Brafom. You don't agree with in someone American.
The way I will see can no, and an American say, oh, ha, we need to do. And my same new look who say, a planting beer government in a year, at this changey, short changey Ghana. What that was not the intent. You see, yes, because Ghana no, SSC yes, society near different. Ye na me wo problem kakra. Ni offer no say all compelling MPP ni NDC no. That is where the problem is. Because mo ma yet ase say mo baba be reset Ghana. Nti niam bi wo no mo a NPP time NDC first Yewura John Dramani Mahama the first time niam bi wo no mo a prof ye ba be system. Nti niam bi ayaye no as usual obi aye bi no enya de a mo term na mo ba ne be hu sa niam ni biem. So say yen nyina ye fa kwan we so ne ye enlistment ne dia assess system nti say mo amunim say and don't forget to say ansan ye be fa amount for police service a cabinet decision you decide decision you take it from cabinet the cabinet ahon dey ti make say this time around no per sika anaasɛ Ghana hoɔden no yɛbɛfa nipa 5,000 nipa 5,000 ne akyechem de akɔ all the sectors security sectors no ne afɔ ɔmo na kɔ akɔduru 5,000 nti adenti no waba foforo na so pɛ sɛ oyɛ bibia foforo na wonka sɛ yɛbɛfa 5,000 by going forward no apply no ɔmo be apply ni nyina anya 10,000.
But as application
there is a
application.
Ubetimi aye no, and no na kan ya me se me ne wonya
application no.
Application no. Ya was software mpacho tie me. Oh, abotchi.
Okay, ye be ba so, ma me ntwa me hombra. Na me ba me ma kwan ama wetimi akyirikire mo kwan be fa so a ye betimi afa aye 10,000 applicants and not over that particular figure. We're going to be right back after this break.
Endpoint Homeopathy Clinic. Ghana had the obi enim sesa ye prostate. Na baby omutimi ye screening ema huni ye etu asia. Na ye Endpoint Homeopathy Clinic. Anase ye kidney, ye liver problem. Wofa baby ena ajujuo. Na the friend premature ejaculation no a be maybe a woni wodofo akwa kwehia. Asa wo di ne ho agro. Asa wo tonte. Ene ye bra Endpoint Homeopathy Clinic. Na ye moa wo. Ema ne mema mo pa wo. Ye Endpoint Homeopathy Clinic. Wo mo demu fua. Yare bia infections bi na wo ho. Anase bia wo hwa wofa baby na ajujuo. Kidney problem, prostate die. Ye Endpoint Homeopathy Clinic. Kuma se ubehu Endpoint Homeopathy Clinic. Ewo konoma boy here. Ena Accra hanso so die. Wo mo gina mu ankasa. Ewo Spinters red friend share signboard no. Hudu na ubusasa wo pe Endpoint Homeopathy Clinic. Obi an ebechiro. For Endpoint ewo 0244867068 and 0274234321. Endpoint Homeopathy Clinic. Wo mo demu
Ewa me pacho bra na me hwa de wo bag.
Bra aden ena nso biem.
Time eba me hye ya me ka se yi ba kwin. Ani wayi me ensen.
Bra sanya time eba me hya esia gyimi ni me fiefo enya de abako ebeso yen.
We de udi se ofani nyina.
Time eba me hya me ka se me di one dance ya heaven ena de me kwa akopie. Enti se malaria we draw ne time eba mixture.
Enye enunku o de nanum oto a wontimi anidie no. Time eba mixture duro no ena yema o. Oba a wafa afuo de o ma akoda nofo. Ene akoda woni mfie dumienu entimi num aduro yi bi. Se obeto aduro yi bi anuma. Hwe se wako hospital anase lab ame yehu se wo atridie malaria yi bi ansa. Se o peta meba mixture enru dudu etu a fo ani kire KNG Herbal Center ewo Emrom Abidjan House ana ba akoso wo atonso wo na akọ junction.
Eno echi obenya bi atowo over the counter medicine sellers ene herbal shop dodo na em.
Fre 0244417669.
Kayo set time no TIME time herbal mixture afi malaria fever bi adani ziba ewo munu betu akọ.
FDA agi adwade nkratoa yi atu.
Medo edura no pa wutimi to wo boase etwitwiwusi o ado na so nim se me de yas toothpaste and the brush and the twitwi mesima menya homka senti na ye boko yi na me de me all time favorite yas herbal toothpaste and the brush aboa me amasesei menum so a enwunu anasa de ehia me selfimfem me biem
na wonhwa se mesi aye fita sesrecha homa na et brightens yas whitening toothpaste and the brush and me de hwimese
enti na wo se afei na yas total care gel toothpaste and the brush ne de ebo wo se ho ban demu ne nyina ema wonum ye sham.
Oh yes, Enukratrodo, Yas Herbal, Yas Whitening, and Yas Total Care Gel Toothpaste, and the brush, Ebusian Chamfa.
Sawo pedudu 2 ewon kran ha. For Leicester Ghana Limited, and was 050-161-9588. Leicester Ghana Limited, and the Yas Toothpaste mo ahodo, and the brush abadwaso ababu. 21st Clinic yes sciatica expert. Sciatica no o nerves na wo to ase na fa wo siremu na fa wo nansia besi ase ho no. Se ho techema eno ene ye fa ne sciatica. Na etimi bubu o to ase ka wo se dwe wo siremu. Wo je ho ba bia enye. Na no na 21st Clinic ba ye adwuma pa wo mu ye ntia baso bo ma je ne wo Ghana ha. Ene amono ne enya asem ketewa. Wo mu je international awards ahodo, wo mu je local awards ahodo. Na anu nso na wo mu bie the only sciatica research and treatment center in Africa. Bibrim hano ebi ni baby a gise 21st Clinic nkwa. Wo mu de bibiduro ene besa o yare no masa de machine aka ho. Yare sabia yare bia wutimi de ko ne mama ade ba ko a wo magidi wo mu pa no. Sciatica ena stroke nso de kwa diabetes ne hypertension ne ade. Ghana ha baby a wo mu ho. Enkran ha sese ye wo Tantra Hill runabout. Se wo free enkran eba ye wo wonsa nifa so. Wo fra masaman so na eba nso a wonsa bonkum so. Eho na wo behu ye. Fresh 0540-311-311. 0540-311-311. There's a 21st clinic. Still, woman is sciatica expert.
Tontonte. Yanum sani afadwen.
Ne afadwen ampa. Say na nim say brebi beba. Ama tonti na 74. Opa ye ne simple. T74 abeye dru.
Tonti na 74 ana T74 asa chiya dwene esina nanom dodo so. Se de na dodo bua ma na nanom enyare basabasa no saa na tonti na 74 ana T74 ebu anipadua no.
Emo immune support enti obi onum bie no. Abrebia ne ho den.
Tonti na 74 yinso yaye ne se nsuo kokoro wa kanom
T74.
Se menum tonti na 74 menya hodi. Menum ne dabia.
T74 yi hahama ene ye de aye na DHC ena aframa na ye kamasa no. T74 ahoden ni apomuden kwa.
Woko pharmacy ana baby eto no bia ubenya tonti na 74 yi biato.
T74 yi enye ma oba wa fafuro ana obi a o ma nufuo ana se obi a onya mfie bunie nu.
Eto phone 050-162-8931 and 0246-073-498. FDA agi edwedie nkratoi atom.
Abusha for ya mamunyina kwa babio SOMPA 106.5 FM for God and come 3 exactly 5 after 4. Now we're going to be having the panel discussion. Odike benyane chese wonam kwan so awoba sasoda Benjamin Asari already seated, and then menua Patrick Oha wono ebomachidom kese pa on for God and country. Patrick na say yakọ edwaso bio aden ne ho.
Sunday what can ho asem no 74
T74
you trying to short
ha T74 Mrs. Edward pa on say that first no na me no mo but na say am start say me num T74 no me hu say amame yeah amame ahoden bi
energy so
no bi na om say ye den
it turns T74 no aye twa ne tia T74 say your chronic wounds, a crubby are down watching. Say hepatitis B and C, kidney infections, liver infections.
There be yankan Wahra, Osa, Sa near the way. Who be some way I can name me young woman, you will do some young woman in the metro, a Chiana. Kosha,
Saro.
Kosha,
assignments, because you're
me young woman, I'm at tea. Over some men or mimic shell say,
that's honey.
If I talk with
what was that, Benjamin? Opposition is not easy.
If I talk about
T74, send the air can cope nanum. Maninya wadia baby a okobia ekitao. Oboni kakra no pawia ne nwumere ebesa wo ho yarewa nyina ama se open dudu atua ko Kanshi drug lane Kumasi Ashtown Kolinak Heba eho nyina obenya bi T74 duro mapopa but for number 0246 073 498 mitimubiem 0246 073 498 and I say 0501 628 931 0501 628 931 T74 dudro pa
unum say memedro so T74 memedro complete because a memedro a mema omonum di etiase a mema bit say Benjamin Asari what you say Abdullahi what you say
na betmice
betmice or no so on tiase wow ti ono so so despite say one America but on tiase memedro to bemma wo say uda sori anopa na wentimi am boss 6 o'clock e won pemu a
6 o'clock no ni
na kasa
ama 6 ball
debut na say bemma de o sori anopa o so box a short little man boss 6 o'clock
na say na be sorry
good na e sori so a enya at 45 degrees at 90 degrees
90
thank you and your friend is 6 o'clock no with the car someone now with the baby
because na because o be da ma say sabo na say sibo wa be da badwuma
ko wenim hey Patrick o can some more
we wait you o can be see
Patrick yeah
on the 3rd of April 2026 obi anfani handkerchief
3rd of April
yeah
kwa hen
next 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yakoya Harvest Praise.
Ewe.
East Legon.
Sa.
Love Chapel.
Love Chapel.
Oh yeah.
Odo Chapel.
Odo Chapel. Love Chapel.
Ewe East Legon.
East Legon. UPS hona.
Sa.
Aye. Obi amfani handkerchief. Yeko him. Yeko tonyo ma ade nyame ase. PSS tababa ho. Tego sisters e wo ho. And youthful team eternity. Father, the universe will break, and everything displayed.
Oh.
The wonders of your grace. You took away my sins and shame.
Oh.
And you gave me your name.
Abba.
We go sing hallelujah. Bosena wo seno abemu. I've got my victory in you.
Aye.
Wo come home. Timesuro. Prophecy etiaso. O se kakre to iben Abdullah Amana.
Unim sir.
Ateno.
Asori ne de etia me na me sofo panyin prophet abeda so. Na ma hwe sikasem no so.
O na sikasem no so. David sikasem dey verbal.
Charlie, let me me patch my seize the opportunity when I meet me papa Nigel Gazy. Nigel, Papa, me that say. God richly bless you, Nigel Gazy. Me patch my.
And I'm assuming me papa.
Why?
Professor Michael Bodin meche.
Oh,
Prof.
Okwaya che.
Oh, beba.
Prof. Omrantem.
Yeah.
But Harvest Praise.
Harvest Praise. Yenyina ye kohima se Nyankopon nyunyam. Tego sisters baby. Anointed PSS ba to eternity ewo ho. And evergreen Harvest Gospel choir. Omusu wo hobi. Harvest Praise. Yenyina ye ko. Na on some more sam kora bi na yo omusa no. Performance omusa be gira or ye bobit na omusa. Sa ne se onye flexible want to mean say bit man so want to mean sa. Because onye flexible the bones ni nye flexible. What you say? Enti yenyina ye ko. Na sam enti yenyina ye ko. Na sam de wo mu ni say we sikatue bi de wo mu ni say we sikatue bi enim
sa
free enim
sa
free entry.
Oh, we sikatue bi
enim.
Okay.
Free entry. Bra na besa na bompa na tonyum se nyame de anwumam but emom so register.
Also register.
Na you the number of people ba ne se ne ye be refresh mu ne ne keka ho. Enti o dial fresh mu ne ne keka ho. Enti o dial star 725 star 725 star 1155 hash. Star 725 star 1155 hash. No register. Near take you the near no details in to and to buy ye harvest rate what son and fifth to now why you correct no near my drink be a kulu wakuma nane enti bra ono na fufu nyina momra na mama experiencing praise worship na mama experiencing praise worship and total restoration and total restoration.
Oh, but this one is okay, yeah, beba. Oh, but this one is okay, yeah, beba. But this one is on the darker side of life. Lena, oh, on the darker side of life. Lena Manson. Entire family with grief wish to dearly invite you to the final funeral rite of our beloved Lena. Na eye minua babia menene wo Bunu region say odu we nature eye Ghana Education Service a ono no ye the head of planning ninua ba eni your friend Mami Sarah na ninua ba Efrimu nyame adumo a 21st of March 2026 every anopa 7 copem 8 ye be the dano our Resurrection Methodist Church, our Adenta one crying. 21st na yebepend crabre. Na ye na ye no ejinem on the 21st of March 2026. Resurrection Methodist Church, Adenta Accra. Eho ana yenia bay. Yede no ebetum pam na ya pende crabre. Na nyame adom na de chiswa na yasa kwa sorry. Ewo eye Christ the King Methodist Church is Legon. Eho any kwakoye the Thanksgiving service. Ediama yenuaba Lina sabre me no mo kase onka tiase for ho sabre bi ma ebusua nyina enkankan wo Sarah me ma yakọ. Now we have a year Abdullahi Ewufie ha saso na Benjamin Ewaha. So Benjamin, now your Kasembila. Let me hear you on this.
Yes. Medase, na me kase we should find a system enya dia yentimenye say in case ye bie enlistment no mu a ana say ye start say ye ton form so na ma Ghana fo a omo qualify say omo wo pepa no say omo person omo join other security service na we should have a way say be a 5,000 o man ni nyina betimi enya software 5,000 e betimi move akọ 10,000 o start say wo ya say 10,000 ni duru onum na akọ na say wo say wo apply a enko na che say ye twa so saa na emma nipa ni bebre mfo mo re enko nkohye mu say omo akọ apply because very very worrying say Ghana for ebenya GDA of over 500,000 ebetimi akọ apply say omo pe police or migration and say armed forces and prisons office ama omo akọ yedwuma na omo enya GDA nakọ na say out of 500,000 no 400,000 and qualify na say 400,000 no omo betimi afa omo no 105,000 which is omo kwa sa 105 no na akọ pre 5,000 nipa SSC for omo security service na very 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 worrying. Now the most sad thing is say niama nipa na do so pa ne say you move from 25 years they call 35 years nipa na ba be do so too much. So what's motive a day in a bar age wise from 25 ekwa 35 obviously I saw who say number na ebeba no ebekwa akoye huge. Meanwhile no unfa measures bi enwu fam say ye was software bi wo hono mo a ye se ye befa nipa 5,000 sa na Ghana ya ho odin betimi afa but ye nya software ye fa nipa 10,000 so we start na so obie portal no mu a ye do 5,000 10,000 na ebe cut off obi obe apply bi enko na we bie mu ato hono mo sa so resetting now we promise Ghana say o baba be ye bibi foforo no e ade potin e na say e different thing na about we buy ya or ya na wo dada ye beka say resetting agenda na ye adwuma obviously no ade na wo na no wo to aso because they say Ghana fosu Ghana youth ni su say wo mo padwuma ye o munya adwuma ye o promise 24-hour economy say 24-hour economy na e 3 shift Ghana baburu bi a o qualify so wo padwuma ye bia no obenya adwuma ye and that 24-hour economy no akwa ye fiasco ama NDC for na e kase enya de a omode Ghana sika beba be 24-hour economy Hassan Ayariga etri gina ejina parliament say ye mfa Ghana sika emfa ma ye 24-hour economy na tese we diffuse MPP NDC asem wo mo kafa 24-hour economy no we diffuse say enya de be ye dwuma it is say 24-hour economy no aye Mahama Yarega majority leader. Account floor of parliament. I have the video here. Say the so-called 24-hour economy thing. We are not going to take public money. Ghana sikasi and the Baberane 24-hour economy. Not just a 24-hour economy no. You just promised. Na muni shishe ye biya 24-hour economy no. Meanwhile, Ghana youth nunya umujidie. And one more based on 24-hour economy. Me wo minua no mu mienu wo no a omo ye MPP for omo wie university 3 years ye time no omo nya adwuma nye. But because of 24-hour economy omo ka tell me so omo kwa akoto aba dia NDC because already no existing jobs na wo ho no employment na ye wo ho no mo ba ba mu a mo di 2222 ba be ka ho na nipa ba ko bia ye adwuma 8 hours and Ghana for nya omugidie koto aba ma ho. And the 24-hour assembly minuanum NDC for say yama dollar abafem yama inflation abafem enti they say there bibia ye beka wo krom ha bia no dollar abafem inflation abafem enti ye ho kire ye kra ye se ye nkwem enti ye ho kire ye kra ye se ye nkodi dollar na ye nkonkori inflation because ni mienu abafem enti ni kwa say ye bie ya no ka say ye ho kire ye enti mesra me ne NDC ni ba na ofre no no sisi ano ene ne ya adwen say you refine back omusika mo qualify no eh 400,000 no yeah for 5,000 no omo aka ni nyira no yem for omusika mo.
Okay, so eko banesa you don't think question and bibisa no say eba be ye susu due bia eba be da ho, and of course it's going to be a bad precedent. You don't agree to that?
Now who cause him?
Of course it's going to be a bad precedent. You don't agree to that?
Now who cause him? It na me say what's what the resetting agenda eba enti acquire your first year enlistment no ye susu say would it be before bi beba no aba be ni differently because I know what dada and also would be before oba be resetting enti acquire bebre wo ho as a wo person wo fa nipa 5,000 wo betimi move e dey akoba say 10,000 wo be be portal no eduru nipa wo to so 10,000 na wo apply enya de nipa no betimi akoba say 10,000 wo be be portal no eduru nipa wo to so 10,000 na wo apply enya de nipa no betimi apply ama na yeye na apply ama na yeye na tese yakate number no so afwe nso no se wo hwemu pa na se wo ka wasema
ye dey see for mama why
oh me da say see na mister mama say oh mama
Debbie
ana mama 10 minutes come mama say na come work here
Debbie come me say na come work here okay, so you have a minute to answer back
Matthias say na be ya meeting a check time
Debbie will not check time.
No problem.
Me na me host. Metime choose say me man 10 minutes.
So no dia.
Host. Metime choose say me man 10 minutes.
So no dia. No pen now here. Enti no say you see here near different dia.
Sure.
At least we should find ways and means you betimi akate cost no. Ama Ghana for hon konkwachire omu bebre because say you kokoye ne sa na e youth na na obeka say youth ya na kobo nchempem ewo ewak ema ye emumi ensa wo se enan efa amu kura ahwere wo
am say na is it na ensian
yes 6 or 5 efa amu wuye because of the same issue enti ye besere omo fa sika ne mo na ade ba ko a omo aka prof me ne wo mo nya dwen a eni kwa se mutaka ebie na no ka sa asem ne se omo qualify no ye keep data no enti say every year bia no na yakwa pick sankrofo ni bi no omo no ade asem no wakeka ne sa no constitution ni kire say ye ma obia ho kwan say ebre ni duru wonom na say opese wo de ho kodwom sa police fire service prisons and as immigration constitution ni ma ho kwan say wunya 25 every year bia utimi apply untimi nkase omo a wabie mu omo apply no di data na ekwakoto na every year bia no wa peke enti obi a ono wo ni daso say me wo university me pese me wi a this year no mekwa akodo ni military na se nipa no che 3 years now obeba bedi no Ghana ni bia ni wo bia mu obetimi apply.
All right, mama na was
say what the sanction say ne ba what short change Ghana for ni bebre a omo
as Waba now the Ubrena Femien Benjamin Asari now turning Ghana. He speaks for the New Patriotic Party. Mamin Konamema Abdullah Kwaba. Abdullah, that's saying. Bibiabo Kode. Is it there?
Agenda Henny.
Mimi agenda.
Oh, about afternoon shows in this time around.
Yeah.
Will be a ETS SOMPA.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Agenda and why idea. Oh, Bonnie, maybe most of our we need. Now, oh, you are fed up with NDC and MPP. Me pacho, yet na hano pacho na invite you.
Ben I'm invited.
Into them.
But I'm fed up with your submission.
So we don't invite us again. Kofan no one pete no major no kasa.
Abu Zakara.
Oh,
and then the answer there.
No, I said MPP body. I said MPP body. I cried this. I was crying.
Nyabotre. Hey, Charlie.
No. Who's who cry now? And every day we are bringing this in the MPP. And yes, you have representatives. The one way.
Now maybe wait.
It's for all of us.
Wait. But on you free so. Debbie may you free so. Debbie may you free so. Look at Emma. Also, what bread ni young one way. Yeah, me and me tell me one way. Debbie a one way out here.
Never.
Withdraw that statement.
And I'm saying,
what bread me one way?
No, agenda Henny. No,
I take
time you use this opportunity, that was a careful view.
Debbie, I take a serious
afternoon show.
Oh, what Ghana? May you free so. And the grass I come for women. May you free so. May you free so. But some now can say one way. No.
Me say,
what is your definition of maybe double?
Your presenters are a chimney radio near to one, and the BIA one way. The reason why, okay, we would rather some okay, you know what you can just
Reverend, so I'm rushing between. Okay, so we are not the torso. And
my own time, I think I said,
there be.
In today's I catch us.
What? Listen.
I just people.
Debbie, what? Debbie, sir, who interview be? Debbie, what? Debbie, sir, who interview be? You listen first and you react.
Okay.
So so I was listening. Before I could come.
Okay.
But
you feel what? For God and country. Prof. So we have a call. Ghana for near June.
Now much we are not so.
Oh, alhamdulillah.
But actually we are not make sure would the ass and grown.
Yeah, true. And grown.
I own you.
No, Miss Miari, no.
Sir,
me look healthy.
You look young.
Sanity.
I'm on fear swat. First, we who that's when you
72.
But say they are 21.
Oh, yeah, alhamdulillah.
Now, okay, one pie bomb.
Oh, pa.
So, one kai is why I like her.
Oh, me kaimo. And every listener of SOMPA be a Yamishano.
Amen.
Na nipa ba ko mi refi. Wa kai me. Me di boni. We dey me fa kwan so achiano. My bonnet on fan chemi.
All right, that's
because
fine.
Offer me power, but in the me for the past 1 month, me friend here.
Okay, that's
so
fine.
What kind me?
Good.
I'll call him.
Me pacho, me frail. Me pacho my into you.
Pacho, I did some near can
Oh, banner the outie no card more buy our commenting on near can.
500,000 and they apply and a 5,000 they form. Me patch what he say obi ajo bi sika say or the no call police this particular one. I say security this particular one. Me patch what is our allegation? No, never has it happened. For the first time ever, every Ghanaian is happy to apply but sad to be disqualified. And yes, yet I say bibi papa be year heading. For the first time we have been open say to the extent say grassroots of the NDC fighting and leadership say Adena Oman for only a people, which is well noted. You don't say pressure no a year on between the amount in paying for no my better at least say this year over 5,000, next year 5,000, next 3 years 5,000, next 4 years 5,000. Na Ghana 4 anya ejuma for the first time ever. Obia yes. Bonnie oil be beer to the extent of Bianya 5,000 for can bet me be mama 500,000 for Nina ya Jomo Gume Pacho. A bit me possible say one day we will get a lot of people to be recruited. Sikano and they ask him. And then a lot of people are strike just because I buy into Omoka. The same people Omoka say and they have 500,000. That same people and they can say teacher training allowances nurses say and closer. Recruitment process when you need to say underground recruitment now picking people. I don't think I'm NDC for no go for say yes we are underground recruitment to we should also do it. Yes, I understand them, but the same NDC people now they can say we want to rule Ghana democratically. Yemfa and NDC MPP will be qualified piano. We will allow them to come into the services. Yes, and you be there. Me cry me wahai enya me there. Me say na Madam Ruth offer no oka assembly say enya obia na benya appointment. Yes, me hey, there's nowhere in this country every single Zongo community in this country me call a campaign. I know the kind of promises are edema yemobunu. I know the promises are edema amount for, and yet tell me amijina hey upon all the campaign I have done. Manya appointment there be me bofu there be me yes me juma and a betre and net and yemidia a china ebitima media your uncle football mean kai yaw your uncle football the first week and on appointments now soon at your marco. So I can just say you beer and a bit me. We understand the grievances of the grassroots. yet your say, my bre 8 years, my employment. Now another for my employment. Now another 4 years, yenya power no, obia percent, you bet me create jobs. That is the only thing we can do. We can't do anything apart from that. In Ghana, for the first time, we are being patriotic to the extent say, whoever online, yenim NDC ni online, yenim MPP ni online, yenim CPP ni online, we are absorbing every single Ghanaian. 5,000 Ghanaians will be absorbed. And out of the 5,000, ubenya MPP womb. Out of the 5,000, ubenya NDC womb. So it is allowed. My brother, me did no more to be reverend to be. Sa nyansa we na wo mutim. 8 years. Yeni omu hu sa nyansa no. We didn't see that kind of wiseness in it. 8 years no recruitment, no mo can share advertisement go into the national record. How many advertisements did they do publicly? Amayaka was a dear. Let us praise people who are doing good. For the first time, Again, must we always attack people of goodness? Even the NDC people, and for the first time on your recruitment, openly that should give you a plus. This is what we need politicians to be doing. And if you have a lot of these people, a lot of mutaka who can stand on their feet and do the right thing, your manifesto akano, that is the kind of people we need. We need a lot of mutaka in the system. We need a lot of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama in the system. And I know for sure Ghana will work again. The resetting agenda is on course. Me I'm all for now. Me say ombenya bi omo free me constituency. Me say almost at least omo call security service. No me say almost any man me cry me who be me fan call. Yes, for the first time, no matter who you are, you can't do.
Yeah, Muntaka the space, the fiscal space available no. For only 5,000 applicants no. Mobile form no. Now share applicants are qualifier 105,000. Now out of that 105,000, a breben partner mobenya 105,000 in Muntaka say this data should be kept so that in the next recruitment, the mobile follow on the data. You don't think say 105,000 a year and they're moving here 10 years to recruit them into the
don't
service.
Forget that 105,000 and you're unemployed though. Unemployed.
Why?
People are working but they still applied. I know a lot of people who are working, but yet they apply.
But we are speaking to data.
And I'm giving you data. I can give you names of people who have applied and working. That is data as well. I can produce my data to you as well.
Now, but out of these 105,000,
yes,
how many of them are currently working?
We say?
How many of them are working?
I think I need to do that survey for you.
And so you don't have the data?
No, I will do that survey for you. But the issue is that I'm giving you a fact. Sir. There are people who have applied, yet they are working. Who say omo yejmo he?
Aye. Una unim catching.
But you're not a journalist.
There be research. You don't make a blanket statement on the show. So one more yejumano.
Maybe will be awarded to pre Agric Center. Or apply for police.
That is infinitesimal of the number we are talking about.
And we brought for the tree.
And we
I'm saying we brought for the tree. Statistics. As well. That is where the issue is. Intini Ekase. Sometimes no benyansa for yebune be
me da se fesi
yen kanasem
me da se so o de bi obu benewie until the jan wo wa ebusha for ye be da se Abdullah na what then can but a quick one. I want us to take a listen to this before I invite Benjamin into the conversation again.
The president instructed that look, those who qualify and pass medicals, let's keep the data. This is the first phase. We are hoping that maybe later in the, because remember this current recruitment that we are doing is a 2025 recruitment. Hopefully when we are out of the IMF, we could do the 2026. So we'll pick from that same data. Hopefully, if maybe it's past 6 months, then you can only ask them to repeat medicals, but not to start opening the process all over again.
Without a doubt, the structure of this recruitment exercise is akin to a Ponzi scheme, criminally crafted to defraud over 500,000, 500,000 unemployed innocent Ghanaian youth. Having widely made recruitment into the security services a major NDC campaign promise in 2024, over 506,000 Ghanaian youth responded to the government's call in 2025 and applied to join various security services under the Ministry of Interior, namely Ghana Police Service, Ghana Immigration Service, Ghana National Fire Service, and the Ghana Prison Service. These young men and women, full of hope and patriotism, were made to believe that they were being offered genuine opportunity to serve their country and secure a dignified livelihood. However, the Minister for Interior in a press conference yesterday at this same venue, to the utter shock of the nation, indicated that only 5,000 applicants will be recruited from this enormous pool of applicants. This revelation has left hundreds of thousands of hopeful applicants devastated, disillusioned, and feeling exploited. The fundamental question that must be asked is this: if the government intended to recruit only 5,000 personnel, as the Minister for Interior disclosed yesterday, why should the government go ahead to overpromise and lure over 506,000 unsuspecting young people to go through this costly and emotionally exhausting process? It's most unconscionable. Even more misleading and exploitative is the decision by this government, politically motivated decision, to increase recruitment age limits from 25 to 35 years. So as they were expanding the age limit from 25 in the previous status quo to 35, the signal to the whole Ghana is that now there's more space. So even additional 10-year older people can apply. This policy shift trapped even more unemployed youth to apply. This government significantly expanded the applicant pool and heightened expectations among thousands of desperate but qualified young people seeking employment. Such a decision, ladies and gentlemen, was reckless, misguided, and intended to create the false impression of sufficient financial clearance to accommodate more applicants. We reiterate the cogent calls earlier made by the minority leader of the Minority Caucus, Honorable Osahin Alexander Kwamina Afenyomarkin, and further call for the following urgent actions. Number one, and first, there must be an independent bipartisan probe into the entire centralized recruitment process for immediate and appropriate review before we continue. And number two, very, very importantly, responding to the plight of the 500,000 potential recruits who have been scammed, we demand the government must refund the application fees of 220 cedis per application form to all applicants who were disqualified through knocked out technology constraints, who were disqualified not because they did not qualify, but because of the problematic nature of their aptitude tests by the questionable recruitment process. They must all be restored to every amount they lost. And here, to put it in perspective, most of the applicants will tell you that they bought 2, 3, some even 4 forms to all the security agencies. So for the person who bought 3 forms to Ghana Police Service, to Immigration, and to Ghana Fire Service, such a person has lost 660 cedis, not to talk of the cost of traveling to recruitment center.
What doing actually was saying when it's 5 o'clock, ebe activity lines, know the numbers to call 0260-1960-64, 0260-1960-65. Ben, I'm into you.
Prof, that's it. Binuya Sakra, Nansam na, o keka wa ha no me hu ne opeso o kire.
Ben waka.
Mo akwa create mess we, mo ankasa mo ho, mo akwa kogu mo ho ani mo asise. Na se Ghana YouTube afumu a instead say mo be pass em papa bi aka kire wo mo. O ka kire wo mo say this is the first time why ya smooth recruitment a Ghana ni bi ani age. Ghana fo you free bu ofu. A o mo bu ofu say kwan ya o mo fa so ebe ye apply ya omo aye enlistment omo amfa omo no na say protocol ne na mo ase nti say protocol na mo ase akyenye nipa 5000 omo ye Ghana fo me say prof omo benya 4 years omo ntime mfa anoma o support to MPP kura mkokot Angelino because sem bia omo kan ye bia e corruption wo bia no say na ye ntro
o follow Mustafa Hamid case no
enko nanya na special prosecutor akro de akowo wo yi
deputy
me ba won na ade Mustafa Hamid
there's a twist
hold on me ma won me say no what the Mustafa
also Mustafa Hamid issue no say the fourth prosecution witness no the fourth accused no what they akwa dying the prosecution witness and say oboso obey prosecution witness
na we na anti bi da yente hanom no omo kokoro dada obi a ono support chemawu ntumi ekoyi ne ba so ono meye witness ma state no
ba sa asem no da so wasa
na bi wan unti say ese ne what ne dance e fama
nipa na efri nipem
okan was in free nipem
osa
okan wo grantee interview e wo tikasi so okay FM e ka kire ne say wan na be ka se for wasem pakodo na wonno ye de ni case ya che no ni ase ni onim wo chema wuntumi ho abra na o ye ne manager o medi adanse a wan na be ka se for wasem pakodo eti wonno ankasa no attorney general na ma yete ase say wabɔ ne charges no ode man no ode kogina ode ne court no na tell say wode ne nsa frofro oman ni sikam oman ne kwaye ye dia no omo akwa benefit from it any kwa say no omo kwaye adwuma ho e no charge no e na sa attorney general na sa ten no e ka say omeye witness and former state no enti ni Hamidu asemi aka bi nsi da ebi asi
basa asem da so asem bi e
eno nti na kosi say
say enwie
enti ye nwie ye no obetimi aka so obi ye corrupt
there be
enti woka corruption asem wa ha me so oni entity akro oni bi a woka no asem so ye corrupt unless say a court of competent the rejection edi obi asem aka tell no so ye kromfo ansan wa begina ha no am make case so obi ye corrupt ba me no ka say NDC for be set 12 yedi wo mo asem a court say omo ya kromfo enya me na make on
omo ye do sen
ba ko 12 metimi kura more than that omo ya kromfo we we our man sika we NDC ni
and let's sum up on this particular
so say ye ka party a emu nkrofo no ya kromfo yedi wo mo asem wo mamu a enya me na make ye court na edi wo mo asem a we NDC free we bi di wo biem NDC ni bie ni won mo a ya charge no so ye kromfo wo mamu a since 1992 MPP ni bie ni wo it is a minua yi betena ha no woka corruption ho asem a na ni ngu se woka corruption ho asem me no tie ya kra ye kase ya enya NDC fo ya ye wura John Dramani Mahama the second time you oba ye ana o mo aton pad ama ye 45 Ghana cedis abra pad ye ton 15 cedis okrum
amo ton na say
pad 45 Ghana cedis
oh yeah sure
but o wa ha e parliament Vincent Asefua e the document nyina buy
oh
I tell say
nkomo ayedi then a part the sako bemu
corruption asem no de buy and I mean relate sa de no into corruption factor no say yenwie na ba mu kura no a ono no kura wo sate aba mu a ono na ebu o man no ne nkrofo kura start e bokro no ye ni hanom ne
o say
ne nkrofo start e bokro no
na debut your definition of chrono say and say just said uko jina asem bibia na court akase wo ye kromfo and wo so kase wo ma start e bokro no one na start e bokro
okay hold on enchi be mam chire mu nchira o mam nchire mu nchira o
but one na start e bokro
hold on
oh I menye sa
oh what kasem me nyo wadwen say wo ba be make smart wa ha
just smart
me say
yes
me ne wo kase yi ye nya nkrofo o mo ya kromfo na obusa me say me na me say ye de obi kogina court wa aban na owom no no wonye na adwen say obe prosecute no nkrofo ye ba ye de won betum
mo de won betum
na wakwa akoto pad 15 cedis e de abaji ye 45 Ghana cedis wonye nkrofo ye de
enti no omo so mo kire mu allegations be bra omo kan say we are you say omo so ye kromfo a wo beti ase so omo ye kromfo without any court judgment
wo beti ase me kai want ya na
there be minti ase
me say ya jeli ne nkrofo omo ye 12 omo ya kromfo and the court na jeli wo
Benjamin
and I may say catch say omo ba ye say see corruption so as say unity omo administration mu say ya ton pa de amaye 45 Ghana
Benjamin mama na wase
na be prof ka say who be di ye na si fema me wo ka sa na me de asame up ba wo timi twa me so sakra de wo timi twa no so sa enye fine ana me ni aba mu ni dia no opposition I don't what say ya betra awre wo sam a wo ka kire me say me ni aba
wo say Debbie
ni aba mu ntimani ma tutu
ba cho ye ne mbo ni onu an nsam wo kan say onu kura na enim atwe
wala ka ko ni ba wo ba ka say sakra ba ye na nim da fro nyina asese e dia lo tese wo
Benjamin
and now a whole prop the way am see no tea what me aka sem we wo say
Benjamin
ba
ha first
and you fine
say the na wo tie no that's what sanka
prof attack Fata na ne make be elu a wo be mama landi ye wo jam ya sinse wiem sa na ope so ye me ba wo ye sa me massacre so ye ne sa bi
Benjamin
because wo ye sa nya mama si ye
be we si me da say we si Debbie we si nyame nshira
mod wudi sa o
na am afo bom din sire
am so ye good
na say me ye good
nti mama good right
okay good one
good me here
good 1 minute eje for na mo fan chen sometimes
yes so the American say ade we me start na me ka say ade a ye nyina ye bi ekwaya ye fa so recruit amanfo when it comes to the security service no ade a ye nyina ye bi we nya first time when NDC for na ye because ekwaya ye nyina ye fa so no na this time around no ne man ye different ne say omo abie mu ama number na kwa akodoso because they say no you move from 25 years and they got 35 years and muntakasam no kind prof I disagree with him totally because so we be our qualify our 35 years
yeah
we be our qualify so our 35 years if you say next year you bet me as after nipa no.
All right, so thank you so much
disqualification achino
me about exactly 7 minutes time we'll be activating the lines. No numbers to call 0260 196064 0260 196065. Ma yenko ni yenko tie Abu Sakra. Abu mami tie why?
Me the me can say.
Ufun ye 17.
Oh, debut.
See.
Oh, sorry.
The me can say. Me bra nani a wa han no anka omunya 8 years a omuba ban and every year no omuya 5,000 openly am Ghana ni bia e join ya anka nya ni say 100,000 youth e ko pe ejuma e for 5,000 people so what yes no omo akoye nhemu a omo kwakodi hujuma eno ne ye bompa e say omo ndi juma ni ye because a lot of our youth out there were denied 8 solid years of recruitment into the security agencies. And ye call expect to say yes, ye call for the 5,000, which I 100% support those calling. But you see, we were in a few while a Ghana resetting agenda and ye buy and Minjindi say Abambia ba yem man is or recruit only the people. It should be free and fair, and that is what the current system is doing. We yet of course robot form. There will be a lot of issues. Because this is the first time I am so transparent. And my brother can say, Anna, you're jelly NDC4, you're jelly. I don't have a problem with him. Person me come home some cry because me say we have 4 years. And Attorney General or 200 so me say oh yeah Juma. Say we shuffle back. Ne count just because say one new Juma and they are holding the only nyame. But the truth of the fact is say in the next 4 years say yes statistical nkofo a Benjamin kwa enjanum because all kwa start ahwehwehwe we will investigate into because we the diary cry hwe amoki hwe diary okofie no or the abanja pade akofie amoki prof abanja pade elo de akofie
me pacho mama na wase so uni asembia kebia yeah, for they be not Dari way there.
No, you are not being
no, Dari. They be Dari asem wa okay. Dari. Ukra Dari. Let's see him better.
Ghana property presidential diary.
Me pacho ba me kwa ma no so nominate for Fimbom. Hello, good evening. Yeah, me pacho one minute ka say. Okay. All right, I'm a mole bokore. Show this why show home. All right. Good. My patron into you.
I'm in chair and maybe Prof. The party NDC now. Maybe a deal more down. The party NDC. Every year, you move in the same. And come with the sun sergeant here.
I didn't try.
You want my muha? And I put President Fado, former President Fado, Dr. Baumia. And this is so bad, Nakuya, yes, recruitment. And we